It's Friday, August 4th. I'm Scott Squires, and this is SaltWire Today. A new EHS LifeFlight airplane was unveiled earlier today at Halifax Stanfield Airport.
I am honored and excited to show you EHS's newest addition to the LifeFlight family, an airplane that will transport non-critical patients in Sydney and Yarmouth to Halifax for routine services like tests and treatments. With 2 helicopters and an airplane already dedicated to critical care, this new service will allow EHS to improve the non-critical patient experience by drastically reducing their transportation time and making their overall trip much more comfortable and efficient.
The transfer of patients between healthcare facilities is an important service that EHS provides and one that Nova Scotians rely on. With this new program, patients in need of transfers for tests and treatment will be transported between Sydney and Halifax, as well as Yarmouth and Halifax, in a much more efficient manner as we continue to focus on providing the right resource for the right patient at the right time.
The service is scheduled to begin next week with 3 round trips daily. You can find more at SaltWire.com. Federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh is in the metro area, and he wasted no time digging into the hot-button issue of the ongoing housing crisis in HRM.
It is so difficult right now in Halifax to find a place to call home. And it is so scary that if you have a place, you might lose it because 1, the rents will go up, or 2, you get rent evicted, or 3, if you lose your place, there's nowhere else to go because the vacancy rates are so low. They're below 1% in much of Halifax and the surrounding region, in some cases much lower. This is very dire right now. And the stories that we heard, young people that earn decent wages, to couples that are living together with 2 incomes and still barely able to afford something that's in their income range. There are folks that are living somewhere and they can afford it, but they're not sure how long their meals will live there for. The average rent now for a 2-bedroom in Halifax has gone above $2,200. This is outrageous.
Mr. Singh also talked about his plan to tackle the issue.
First of all, we need to build more homes rapidly. There's no question about it. But we also need to be clear about what we're building. We need to build purpose-built rentals that are deeply affordable. We also need to protect the affordable that we do have. And that's why we've launched an idea of an acquisition fund to keep the affordable rentals that are available, keep them in the hands of the community, not-for-profit community groups or cooperatives.
SaltWire's Andrew Rankin has more on Mr. Singh's comments at saltwire.com. Our oceans are getting warmer, and Kathleen Aikens, Executive Director of ACAP Cape Breton, is worried about the rising tide of temperatures.
The ocean is particularly concerning because it takes a lot of energy to heat our oceans, so it's a good barometer of just how hot, I say barometer, but I should say thermometer, of just how hot it is. So what that means, it means a few different things. Of course, here our freshwater and our ocean environments are very interconnected in Unama'ki Cape Breton. That means things like salmon and eels that migrate between those 2 habitats face stresses in both environments. Right now, the freshwater environments are actually at an even higher kind of level of concern than the ocean environments for many of those fish species, because it's harder for them to find escape in the rivers and the streams. Those can heat up more rapidly, especially if there isn't tree cover to protect it and shade it and things like that. We are concerned about the potential for, in these very hot temperatures, this high ocean temperatures, for the shoreline organisms. Those are the ones that are most affected by heat waves. So in our rocky shorelines, some of the intertidal organisms like blue mussels and barnacles, snails, things like that, we actually expect, based on the temperatures we've been seeing, that there's been some significant mortality this year. And I think that something that characterizes climate change is unpredictability. And unpredictability and intensity. We're going to be experiencing higher intensity events, and some of those will when I think about an ecosystem perspective, can be really catastrophic. As much as we talk about the danger too, I see that we have so many strengths here in Unama'ki, Cape Breton. I think we have this long history of working together collectively, and I think that that's what it's going to take to weather these difficult, like whether it's heat waves where we need to be checking in on our neighbors, whether it's preparing for hurricane season and cleaning up afterwards. I think that we have a lot of strengths as a community and communities, so that's one thing to carry going forward.
Luke Diamond has more on this at SaltWire.com. It's day 2 of the Halifax Busker Festival, and we sent Cameron Dolliver into the heart of the fun to chat with some performers.
It's the second full day of buskering in Halifax, and the celebrations are in full swing. An excited crowd gathered at the Halifax Seaport waiting for the fun to begin. Agent Honeymoon and Agent Butterfly of Her Majesty's Secret Circus told me a little bit about what it means to be a part of Buskerfest.
We've had awesome shows here all week so far, and what's really special is like the people who come.
Yeah.
Like they come and they're there to watch you, and they're gonna stay and watch the whole show.
You know, there's like 15 other acts here that we know from previous experiences, and some new ones that we've never met. And so it's a really cool community, both on the ground in Halifax from the production end and from the world touring acts that we share pitches with. Our show is like watching a James Bond movie combined with Cirque du Soleil, but on a street corner. And I mean, we do things like we juggle a whole lot of fire.
I mean, we shoot plunger arrows.
Yeah,
Have you seen that before?
No one else does it.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
It's kind of one of a kind. And you know, really, it's about being with other human beings. And there's no admission fee or anything. You get to watch, and then you get to make a tip if we entertained you. And it's a very fair kind of system that way.
And the other acts are good too.
Yeah, they're all right.
If you're out and about this long weekend, be sure to bring plenty of water and sunblock. Safety first. In Halifax, I'm Cameron Dolliver for SaltWire.
This man is videotaping my assets right now. Oh, you do a little live feed. Okay, fine. For the gentleman with a tripod, look, there's a full moon in August.
Time to check in with Allister Aalders, who's in Enfield checking on the weather for us. Allister?
Happy Friday, Scott. Another beautiful one out here today in what turned out to be a pretty nice start to the month of August. You can see the 102 here behind me. The highways will be busy with traffic this weekend with the Natal Day long weekend upon us. However, unfortunately, we do have some changes to the weather for the long weekend. This evening, we will have increasing cloudiness and showers will develop overnight tonight with a risk of thunderstorms. We'll see the temperature this evening near 19 degrees. Waking up near 17 on Saturday morning with showers and a risk of thunderstorms, and those showers and thunderstorm threat will continue throughout the day. Tomorrow's high will only be 20 degrees, but we do see improvements for the second half of the long weekend. Sunday will still have a chance of showers, but more so a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 24, and a mix of sun and cloud on Natal Day Monday with a high of 25. So great that the weekend is not a total washout, but the 5 to 15 millimeters of rain on Saturday could dampen your plans, and we will see local pockets of 20 to 40 millimeters due to the threat of downpours associated with thunderstorms. So if you have outdoor plans, maybe move them inside on Saturday, but thumbs up for the outdoor plans for Sunday and on Natal Day Monday. Have a great long weekend. Scott.
Thanks, Allister. You can go straight to saltwire.com for more video, audio, and articles, and you can also find us on socials. I'm Scott Squires. Thanks for spending some time with SaltWire, and remember, be well, be kind to one another, and also have a wonderful weekend.